Hey everyone!
Hi.
What was that?
Hi. How's it going?
Welcome back to another episode of Build with Am and Nicki.
Yeah, welcome.
We are going to be doing a lot of things with data today, actually.
Yeah.
But before we get started, I guess we should talk about who should be watching and what we've been doing the last couple of episodes.
Yeah, what are we going to be doing with data? Like that's a big open-ended
That was a big open-ended
right?
statement, right? Well, we've been building a startup for the last 3 episodes.
But why us?
Well, because I am an ex-founder of a startup, and because I like you.
You brought me along.
I brought you along.
For the ride.
Okay. I chose you.
Wow.
You feel special?
I feel very honored. I mean, that is a big honor, actually.
So yeah, and you've worked at startups. You have some startup experience.
I do, yeah. Back in Houston, Texas. That's the hotbed of startup activity, by the way.
Oh, it's not in Austin? I thought it was in Austin.
Maybe it's in Austin.
Maybe it's in Austin.
I don't mean to poke fun. There are actually a lot of startups in Houston. Houston has a huge healthcare.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah. MD Anderson is there, doing a whole ton of cancer research, actually.
Oh, and that's really cool.
Like around that kind of area, there have been a ton of healthcare startups that are running out of Houston.
That is super.
It's one of these areas.
I've always been interested in cancer research.
Under the radar.
It totally does.
Yeah. But our
what are we doing?
Our startup.
Why are we here?
Our startup is not as beneficent, I think, as a cancer research startup, for example.
Yeah, I don't think it comes close.
No, probably not. Probably not. But it's actually it does serve a greater purpose, I think. It
does. It serves the millennial and Gen Z populations.
Yes, it does. It does. It's
an antisocial app.
Yeah, anti-social media app. Right?
Yeah. So you really want to be a part of a social network. You really want that dopamine rush. But you do not want the negative effects of being a part of a social network, like your data being released or, depression, those kinds of things.
That's right.
So join our app.
Yeah, it all started with a convo we had about DevNull.
Yes.
Right.
So behind the scenes, the way that the app works is that you post to our social network, and we send your data to DevNull. DevNull is a service.
What is DevNull?
Like the black hole of computers.
Yeah, right. Like it's you can just send data to it and
it's gone. Goodbye. Gone. Like see you forever not.
Which is interesting because we're talking about data today. But somehow
we haven't collected any data yet.
Right, but somehow we're still going to collect some kind of data
and analyze it for our investors. It's
right.
Very important.
That was going to be my next question to you. We didn't even introduce our roles.
Oh, we messed up. I'm CEO.
Of course you're CEO.
Of course.
I think that makes the most sense. And
it does.
For now, last time we talked, I was on a performance improvement plan. I'm CTO.
You're off of it now.
I'm off of it.
Yeah.
I didn't even do anything.
No, you did a lot of work this week, and I was really pleased with your performance.
Was the serverless the SAM stuff I did last week enough to?
It was very impressive.
Okay, so I'm back in.
You're in.
All right. I was worried you were going to kick me out.
You should just stay confident now. Well,
and claim the idea.
You just never know what's going to happen, but you're off the pit.
You have 51% controlling
stake
equity in this company, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So
I think we have some senior leadership. We have a bunch of people that started the repo, so you are definitely our senior leadership. You can advise AM on his architectural plans for the company.
Which he needs a lot of advice. Just saying.
You shouldn't tell me that.
Oh, I mean...
you should not tell me that after I just took you off the pit.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? I know all.
That's right.
I know everything.
You tell me that you know everything. That's
I know
what
it all.
Here.
I
so
don't.
How do you follow along if you're watching the show? You're probably wondering by now. Or you're thinking that we're crazy. That one too. I'm going to post the GitHub and the Trello that we've been working off of each week. And if you fork that repo or clone that repo, every single thing that we've done is in that repo. So the front end is in there. The back end services are in there. There is now a monitoring folder, which we're going to be working off of today. So everything that you need is, and our little app where you can sign up. So our launch app is also in there. It's called Petunia Mail.
Yeah, we can come check out. I just realized I swapped over to my screen.
Nice.
Yeah, but here's the repo here. This is what we've been building in. We've actually got a few serverless applications here that we built couple weeks ago. We talked about one of those, the dev null service, obviously last week. That was another big focus last week was layers. Then we've got the Petunia Mail collection, Elastic Beanstalk app, right, that we built. And
we're getting a lot of love right now. I just want you to know. The love is coming in.
Wow.
AM and Nicki, you are my favorite.
I think these probably all are these paid? Are these paid people in the chat?
You think they were paid?
Yeah, paid to love us.
Why do you always ruin my enjoyment?
Well, no, they love you. I'm just saying, like, if they love me, they might be paid. I don't know.
Oh, you think so?
I don't have a lot of self-confidence. So I just assume. No,
I think they were genuine. I think they were genuine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, a lot of family members, right, Brandon? A lot of family members in here, or what? Yeah, that's my feeling too.
No, these are real people that are not family members.
I believe it.
Positive thinking.
Thank you.
We have genuine fans.
The power of positive thinking. I think that's a very strong and powerful way of looking at the world. The way I look at the world is that it's all dev null, and we're all going to dev null.
Yeah, you believe in dev null as a religion. Isn't that right?
It's my cult that I'm secretly trying to start up outside of this business that you and I
that no one should join.
Yeah, probably don't join a cult with me.
It's a bad idea.
It's probably a bad idea. So who should be watching this, right?
Anyone and everyone can watch. If you're new to development, if you're new to AWS, we cover all the basics and everything you need to know to do exactly what we're doing on stream and off stream as well.
It's a personal passion of mine, and I know of yours too. Yep. I don't mean to leave you out of this, but we both come from non-traditional computer science backgrounds.
Absolutely.
And for the longest time before, I was maybe like 26, 25 when I even started touching a computer more than just like word processors, right? Like I didn't know any of this stuff, right? Seriously, I was like just as lost as anybody else when using the power components of a computer, right?
Yeah, you were an English teacher.
I was an English teacher, yeah. An elementary school English teacher, like for kids. And it's still one of my passions is teaching. But I truly believe, and I know you believe this too, anyone can become a programmer.
Anyone can learn to code.
Yeah, any person who wants to should have access to the materials, and that's part of why we're here too.
Absolutely. All you need is a little dedication, and you can make it happen.
Yeah. Some feel-good stuff to start the stream out. I like that.
I'm really starting this off on a good note.
You are. You're being very positive.
I don't know. I think I just ate a really good breakfast today.
I had a Quest bar.
That's terrible. How do you live off of those things?
I don't know.
Okay, that's a side note. We're going to get to your dietary issues later about how you should not be eating a Quest bar for breakfast.
And lunch.
That was lunch and breakfast?
I ate 2 Quest bars today.
Okay. So we're gonna eat a meal after this then.
Okay.
Great. Let's get to the code so we can actually get you some real food.
Yeah. So actually, before we go do code, right? One of the things that I love that you share with the audience in this new show that we've done.
Oh, you love my concepts.
I do, because you have real life experience building an actual startup. So you've been sharing as we've been going forward around the topics, right? So this week's topic is collecting data and then intelligently analyzing that data and making decisions based off that data.
Yep.
Also, like, putting that data in front of people who are giving you money so that they continue giving you money, right?
Right.
So that's my first question, right? Those are 2 reasons. What other reasons, why would we care about collecting data at this stage in our startup?
Yeah, so I themed my little three or 4 concepts around this week's episode of data, which is what data are your investors looking for? Like what data should you be collecting at the early stage that you are going to want to show someone, and that if you weren't collecting it in the start, you might have to suddenly figure it out fast. So what data? The number of users on your site. If your site is a marketplace, you're going to have users on both sides. You need to be collecting that data. The number of times the users took the main action on your site. So let's take Lyft, for example. The main action with Lyft is to grab a ride. How many rides were completed in the course of a month? And then you're also going to want your monthly active users. So maybe you got 200 people to sign up, but there's only 10 people actively using the app to take rides. For continuing on the Lyft example. The revenue made from each user. So if you are charging each user, or you're collecting some kind of revenue based on each user's action, or whatever, however you're making money, you should be tracking that revenue very carefully, because that's definitely going to be something that they ask you for. And then the cost of acquisition for a user is also something that they're usually very interested in. So that's a fourth one. I know I usually do 3, but I have 4 today. So cost of acquisition, if you're not familiar, is how much did it cost you to actually go get that user? So did you pay for a social media post? Did you print a bunch of flyers and hand them out at a local college? Like, how much do you think it costs you per user to obtain those users? And then how much are you making off of each user? And being able to show that spread is a really valuable thing if you are about to raise funds for your startup.
Yeah, and you keep using users, right? Which is very important in our case, and
Yes.
in the case of, I'd say, the majority of apps, right?
Totally.
But that's not necessarily always the metric that you want to measure by.
Right. It depends on your application. So,
Yeah.
take what I say with a grain of salt and make the things that I just said that they're looking for appropriate to your application.
But a lot of apps, it's measured by how many
Users.
people are actively using this.
Yeah, you can call them customers or whatever however people are engaging with your app. Maybe your customer is an enterprise, so then it's number of businesses using your app. It doesn't matter who your customers are or what you want to call them, be it user, business, enterprise. Those are the things that you should be tracking for every single month, and just the number of them there are.
Yeah, exactly. It's that metric that helps you build a business case of how you're going to be profitable one day, right?
Right.
That you can then take to your advisors, your VCs, and say, like, look, this number's up and to the right? Like, it's growing.
That's right. And by the way, one more thing, if you maybe haven't built your app yet and you are out there, getting users while your app is being built, which you should be doing, you should be tracking those, just the regular old-fashioned way in an Excel spreadsheet. Or a Microsoft document, or however you'd like to track it, because those are numbers that are important too, that you can add to the numbers once you actually get your web app or your site or mobile app off the ground, and then you're tracking things, through AWS or however you're tracking them.
Right, and that goes true to that mail service that we built in an earlier episode too, right? When we were just collecting emails from people to use later for expressing interest.
Absolutely.
Keep me updated about what this app is doing. So that's another list that you can bring to your VC and say, like, look at all these people. They're interested in this.
Look how many people want to sign up for Petunia.
I don't think we should probably
show that.
How many
No,
people.
we should not.
It's not going to get us a lot of funding because.
No, we're not going to put that anywhere close to the pitch deck or anywhere inside of it. We're not going to bring it up in the meetings either.
What's a pitch deck?
Oh, that's such a good question.
I don't know.
So a pitch deck is like a 10 to 12 slide deck about your startup. And there are a million great resources online for how to create one. Like specifically, I think Ken, what is his name? Ken has a really good one. I can pull it up for you later. I can tweet about it too if you're really interested. But basically each slide, so you're going to start with, your title, who you are, the problem. What is the problem in the world that you're trying to solve, and what is the data to prove that there is a problem? And then your solution, and then you can go through a few slides of your product and your solution, and then possible revenue. So you create like an estimated revenue slide of what you think you're going to make. So before that, you might have had your business model. Sorry, I'm switching it. The order is, or here, it's actually Guy. That's his name, Guy Kawasaki. He has a great set of blog posts and stuff online for how to create the best pitch deck. There's also plenty of startups pitch decks online already, so you can like see Airbnb's original pitch deck and Twitter's original pitch deck. They've all posted them for you to see. And obviously in today's world, if you looked at those and you might think like, oh, I can create something like this, it should probably be designed. Like you should probably pay a designer to make it look nice, because those typically don't fly anymore, unfortunately. They did like 15 years ago or 10 years ago, but not anymore. But yeah, the content is relatively the same, and what should be on each slide is covered for you. And obviously you can get a ton of feedback on your pitch deck after you create it from people that have already done it, or even investors themselves. Asking for feedback on your pitch deck is the best way to start a conversation with an investor.
Cool. So in that same vein, right? Like
Yeah.
the spirit of today's episode is
all data.
We need to collect as much data as possible.
That's right.
To go make a case to our VC to keep forking over the cash, right?
The VC that we don't have yet, correct?
I thought we got funded.
Oh, we got funded?
You told me that we got funded.
When did I tell you that?
Maybe I dreamt it.
I said I was working on it.
Oh, no. I'm pretty sure you said we got funded.
Oh, no. I think you twisted my working on it to we're funded.
I thought you said Gina funded us.
Oh, did she?
I don't know. You said that.
Gina, let us know if you're providing funding for our startup.
Yeah.
If you're out there.
Yeah, Gina. That's what I heard. I heard Gina is now our VC.
I think she was thinking about funding us, so I hope this doesn't influence her decision.
Uh-oh. Balls in your court, Gina.
Brandon's in for $6.
Oh, $6, man.
Brandon.
That's like
we won't let you down. We promise.
That's like 2 years on Lambda. That's a lot. All right, great.
So what are we doing today? What are we actually doing today?
So, you mentioned like collect data however you can, if it's Excel, whatever, right? Right. I'm the CTO, so
that's right.
I don't want to collect it in Excel.
Okay, so how would you like to collect it?
I want to collect it in the service, right?
Yeah.
But that's going to cost us time and effort, so I'm going to have to pitch that to you. Make sure you understand too, like why we're doing it at the service level, which you already do.
Lay it on me.
You get it, right?
Totally.
So
I don't want to write an Excel and keep track of that, so let's do it.
You're already on board.
Yes,
it sounds
I'm already on board.
I flashed back yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah. To 2017.
Wait, was this in a nightmare?
No nightmares.
Okay, so there's no clowns. Just making sure.
There might be clowns. It was 2017. I don't remember if that was the year when the clowns were. Do you remember when all the clowns were out?
No.
There was a year where like
I don't
everybody was seeing clowns everywhere. It was really weird.
All right, so you flashed back.
I flashed back to 2017.
And there were possibly clowns.
2017.
And what were you doing?
Dinosaurs still roam the earth. Right? This was ancient times, 2017.
Okay, and what were you doing at work?
Oh, I worked for a company called Box. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Box is a storage company, right? They do typically enterprise storage for documents. It's like a productivity tool. But I was working on their platform team, right? So on the platform team, what we did was we were building a lot of integrations. We had customers that would build out applications on top of Box's APIs, that type of thing. One of the things that we had at Box that I thought was really cool, and I think would be really cool if we just like ripped that off and put it into our service.
Okay.
It's like an event stream, right? This is a common thing. You see this on Twitter. You see this on, what do you call it? Salesforce. All kinds of stuff have this event stream where every single event that happens is pushed to an event bus, and then people outside of Box, right, can consume those events from an API. You usually have to do a long polling type application to keep pulling down new events and things, but it's just a JSON block of, hey, somebody looked at this document, right?
Or somebody did X.
Yeah, somebody added a new user to your Box account.
Okay.
So every time an event happens in Box, one of these events gets published, right?
Cool.
So I was trying to look at new innovative things that we could do with our customers at Box, and I was like, what if? I was pretty familiar with AWS back in these days. Probably not as familiar as I am now, but I was still familiar with it. And I was like, what if we took this data coming out of the event stream, right? My first thought was, if we could get that into Kinesis, like, okay, game on. Now we can start doing some interesting things.
Then you could drop it in an S3 bucket.
You could drop it in an S3 bucket. You could, I don't know, take action on it in a Lambda, right? You could enrich the data, change the data.
Yeah.
Which these are some patterns that we're going to look at today too. But what I ended up doing was exactly what you said. Drop it into an S3 bucket.
And then what?
Well, what's super cool, right?
Yeah.
And I'm total shill right now for saying it's super cool, but I'm a shill for myself, really, because I thought this was super cool.
I'm also going to probably think it's super cool.
you could take a service, and this was pretty new when I was working with it back in the dinosaur age of 2017.
Dinosaur.
That was
So
like
dinosaur.
2 years ago, right? Things have changed so much. So once I've gotten these box events into S3, I
Yeah.
can use a service called Athena
Okay.
in AWS, and then actually query that without setting up any kind of database. Just write SQL queries, right?
Basically, it's just going to analyze the data in the S3 bucket, and
Yeah.
then you can just query the data.
And I'm telling like the event stream just from my personal account,
Yeah.
the data that it generates is a ton of data.
Right, yeah.
Lots,
I mean, if we
and
have a
lots
lot
data.
of users, it
Right.
could be a lot of data.
It could be, yeah. So once you get in S3, once you start querying it with Athena, there's another tool. So I hooked all these three things
Okay,
together.
so now you have you have Kinesis, and then you had an S3 bucket, and
Right.
then you have Athena,
Right.
and now where are you going?
Now I'm going to QuickSight.
Okay, why are you going to QuickSight?
Because QuickSight is like it's kind of like a business intelligence tool where what was really useful to me is I'm not a data analyst by trade. I just play one on TV sometimes. I'm not a data analyst at all, actually.
Don't tell me these things.
Sorry, I'm a data expert,
That's
and
right.
you've hired the right person.
Continue.
So with QuickSight, you can actually take that Athena data set or database. Right?
Yeah.
It's not even really a database. That's what's so cool about it. Is it's just loading and streaming the queries against the data.
Right.
Anyway, with QuickSight now, I can create dashboards just automatically
so like
off of
anyone
this
now
data.
in the company can view it.
Yeah. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, I totally want to see
Do
it.
you want to look at it?
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
look at it.
Let's go to my machine, and we'll look first at what one of these events looks like. All right. Here we are. Cool. So this is a box JSON event from the event stream.
So when somebody at Box does something, this is what the event looks like.
Yeah, that's right. This is an upload.
Okay.
Right? And again, from
Oh, look, even an IP address.
the depths of 2017.
Wow.
Right? Like this is like
This
a
is old now.
Back to the Future esque time travel that we've done here. So I've got an upload event. It's with this automation user, which is something box specific. We don't have to get into. It tells me though who did this event, right?
Okay, and that's you.
That's right. That's me.
That's your Twitter handle, actually.
It is. It's my handle for a lot of stuff. This is the folder, right? So it tells you what there was an upload against. It was an item, a folder. Okay,
cool.
That tells me the folder ID in the box account. So
And
I
the
could
item that was uploaded.
I could actually go with a Lambda now, go get information about that folder too off of the Kinesis stream, right?
Right.
If I needed to, I don't.
You could even use the Lambda to take a piece of this object and put it in a different S3 bucket and repeat the process for a different piece of this data.
That's right. Yeah. So I've got this data, right?
Yeah. Now what?
Let's go look. I've got an S3 bucket here.
With all the data in it.
These are all the events getting loaded into S3, right?
Okay.
There's a lot. I told you.
A lot of stuff.
Look at this.
Wow.
Yeah. So I told you about Athena first, didn't
Yeah, you did. So now you have an S3 bucket.
I do.
That's the events are being streamed to that bucket, and now you're gonna show me how to query that bucket from Athena.
Yes, we can do that. So I've created a database, and we're going to do this later with our service.
Yeah, we're gonna
right?
get a little bit deeper, obviously, into our own situation, but just for high level of what you did.
Right. So when you create a database, you create tables in that database, just like you would with SQL, right?
So you're creating a data schema for what the object that's coming in looks like.
That's right. And look, I've got this type, I've got event ID. This is all JSON data, right?
Right.
If we come back and look.
It should match all the
Event
keys.
type.
Yep.
Event types there.
Cool.
Right. I've got this nested JSON structure in here too. Let's just do. This is
Select all.
This is the part of the show where I admit to you that
I'll write the query.
I can write it. I can do it. I just if this were a show called How Much SQL Does Alan Michael Know, it'd be a really short show. I just want to say that.
I'm here for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I used to have to write SQL daily, so
I-
we're good.
I used a lot of ORMs. it's shameful.
Skull Crusher for Life said, what's detecting the event to push it into the S3 bucket, a Lambda function? So that's actually the Kinesis fire hose that we're going to set up. So we're going to actually show you exactly how that part works. We're going to set up a Kinesis fire hose, and we are going to set up an API gateway endpoint in front of it. And then every time we're going to watch this in the React Native app, we're going to set it up in the React Native app live. Every time you click send post on our app, it is going to hit that API gateway endpoint. And then the event is going to be sent to the fire hose, and the fire hose is going to deposit in real time the events in S3 bucket.
Yeah, additionally, too, so for the box thing, right? The box thing that I built back in 2017, it actually was a long pole situation. So, like, a long pole, if you've never built one or had to, you hit an API endpoint, right? The API returns and says, here's where you are at in the event stream, right? This is an ID. So go, create another HTTP, usually a post or a GET or something, using this ID, and it's going to keep a connection open until another event happens.
Got it.
Right? And typically attached to that event is another ID saying like, oh, here's the next URL to start listening again on. So your process then, like in whatever you coded in, could be, I actually built a CLI tool at Box as well that it's got this built in. You can long pull and just get the data out. But what you do is you keep that running indefinitely.
Right.
And so what I did to capture these events and load them as files into S3 was I wrote a little container because it needed to be running all the time.
Right.
Right. It wasn't a Lambda like I usually write, which you could do this as a Lambda too, but then you wouldn't be long polling. You would have it run on a cron job, and you'd say like, oh, give me all the events every 5 seconds or something, right? Or 30 seconds or 60 seconds. So yeah, that's essentially what is detecting the events and then loading them into S3. Nicki called out in our service, it's going to just be directly pushed to Kinesis, right?
Right.
And then Kinesis, we should probably explain the three.
Yeah, what's Kinesis?
We should explain, there are 3 parts to Kinesis, right?
There are. We're going to use Firehose. Firehose is a managed streaming data service that is in real time. It's basically what it is. So you're just going to push data to it, and it can actually deposit the data in an S3 bucket, Redshift, I think Elasticache, and then you can also have a Lambda.
Oh, Elasticsearch.
Yes. Sorry.
No, you're good.
And then you can have a Lambda that runs that every time data is coming through the fire hose, the Lambda can pull off that data and do something with it before it gets deposited in that S3 bucket, or even to put that data in another S3 bucket, or wherever you want to go with that data. And then once it's done with that Lambda, it'll just go to the data source that you've indicated.
Right, you're right. So Firehose is a real nicety built on top, because a lot of people just want to get data into these services like S3. Right. Firehose didn't exist when I built this, actually. So I had to use the lower level.
This is dinosaur age, so.
Yeah, this is when dinosaurs still roamed the earth, right? Like,
no Kinesis available to you.
No, well, I had Kinesis, but I didn't have Firehose.
Firehose.
And it may have been there. I may have just been stupid and not realized it was there. But
you got to give yourself more credit than that.
No, I probably shouldn't. My ego doesn't.
Don't tell me.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, so I had to use the actual stream, right? Like Kinesis Stream, which is kind of the basis of the other 2 versions of Kinesis too, right? The Firehose that you've already explained, and Analytics, which I'll take a stab at too, since you did Firehose. But the underlying stream, and there's a lot of like tools that you can use. There's the Kinesis Agent. There's the KPL and KCL.
Yep.
These are like Java libraries that are actually wrappers around a C++ library.
Yep.
But they're optimized to take advantage of like batching together data, so you don't send data too frequently. It really optimizes for price, so it's definitely something you should look into if you're worried about price, which we are, right?
We are.
Are we? Wait. How much money do we have?
$6,
right?
$6. Well, actually, there was Prakash X says he will bring $1,000 to the table for us.
That's a lot of cash. That's too
He's
much.
very interested in what you have to say.
That feels like too much pressure. I'm going to decline.
So we have $1,006.
We have $6. I'm comfortable with
$6.
with $6. I can pay that back.
Okay,
Like
$6.
today. $1,000. I don't know. That's crazy. Anyway, so the Kinesis stream, right? That's just you push data into it with a producer, which that's what KPL stands for, Kinesis Producer Library.
Yep.
You feed data, which essentially are what do you call it? The app that we're building is a producer, right?
It is.
Even though it's using Firehose, it's still a producer.
Yep.
And then you push that up into a stream.
An IoT device would also be another example.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great example. So you push data into a stream. You can do things like shard out a Kinesis stream to get better performance if you're like pushing too much data, that kind of stuff. And then on the other side, you have a KCL, which is a consumer. Yep. Kinesis Consumer Library. What's nice though is, and how I did this was with Lambda. So I had the container sitting on one side producing events into the Kinesis stream.
And then you had a Lambda consuming them?
Then I had a Lambda taking each event, packaging it into a file and saving it to S3.
Got it, depositing in an S3 bucket.
This is super common, right?
Yeah.
So Firehose came about to just be like, look, you just want to push stuff into S3.
We got you.
Yeah, we got you. You don't have to do anything. Don't worry about you still have to produce the event somehow.
We're going to produce the event. Which
we actually have a really neat way of producing the event, I think. We're just using API Gateway.
Yeah, we're just using an endpoint.
It's great. So analytics, though, the Kinesis Analytics is the third part of this Kinesis story.
Yes.
It's essentially a stream that you can in real time issue SQL queries against, and either alter the data, create a new stream based off of that source data. Yep. And again, just deposit that stream somewhere like S3, right? Mm-hmm.
That's Kinesis in a nutshell.
Yeah, I talked for a long time. Okay, so hopefully that is helpful, right?
Yes.
But that's the basis of what I did here with getting the events into S3.
And then you just displayed it in QuickSight.
Well, we haven't looked at the QuickSight.
Yeah, we haven't yet.
Let's take a look at my machine one more time, and then I think we switch over to you, right?
Yeah.
But let's take a look at mine. So again, we didn't get to see this actually. I can run the query. I think this cut away before the query finished. That was actually a pretty quick query. I limited it to 10, right? Just for performance sake.
Right.
But this is all the data, right? There's a preview, an item upload,
looks super nice,
content
like
access,
a nice table now.
Item trash, right? There you go. So now that I'm working with this data, I've created essentially a database with Athena.
Now you want to display it.
Now what can I do with that other than just one-off queries and things like that? Well,
your other departments that might not know SQL are going to want to be able to view the data.
Yeah, and this was really the part that kind of impressed the product team when I brought this to them at Box. Yeah. They were like, "Oh wow, this," and it also super impressed them when I was like, "Yeah, I did this in about 4 hours," and the longest part was building the long polar. So, like, this stuff took maybe an hour tops, and it was just me figuring out how to set it up.
And they didn't promote you?
Oh, they tried, but I asked, please, I want to stay, like, just with everyone. I don't need the accolades.
Anyways.
No, they didn't.
What are we looking at?
So what we're looking at is this is really cool because I can just come in here and I can click add, right? And we'll add a visual. How about it, right? Yeah. And then what I really, it was the first thing that I thought, like, wow, this is really interesting. I just click one of these fields, and it actually tries to figure out what type of chart I'm looking for.
Wow.
Yeah, so I don't even have to pick a chart first. There you go.
Wow, that's actually the perfect chart.
Yeah, that's pretty good information, right? This shows me there were
how many of each type event?
277 item uploads from this data, 108 uploads, which is different than an item upload. That's, I think, important to call.
Is that a folder upload?
I don't know. I don't remember. Preview. So preview is a big part of Box. This is a big service. Every time you click inside Box, you can preview
Got it.
the document. So
It's like clicking spacebar on a Mac.
look how many users were created.
Wow.
17.
That's a low
in this
number.
period. Well, it's my Box account. I wasn't. This isn't across Box. This was just in my individual Box account.
Got it.
But yeah, like I did this with some of the other chart types too. Some of these I selected, some of these I just clicked on. These are like some of the most active users, right? These are.
So now, how do you share this with the people that can't write SQL queries or want to see visual displays of the data?
There's a share button here.
Oh.
And you say publish dashboard, and you can publish it, and then you can invite people to come view it. So use a Box dashboard.
There's actually a really cool new feature that launched at reInvent called embedded dashboards for QuickSight, where now if you have a published dashboard, you can actually embed it in your own site. So if you have an admin website or something internal that you want that your employees already log into, you can actually show this dashboard.
Yeah. The other thing too, though, is they need to be, if you're doing it this way, not the way that you're describing, they need to be users in your QuickSight account.
Got it.
So we'd have to add our VCs in here, for example.
Everyone.
Right.
Yeah. And all of our future employees.
We're gonna hire people.
If we raise money, yeah, that's how that works.
That's how it works.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Wow.
We raise around, then we hire people, and then you actually have people to boss around.
That's a lot of pressure too.
I know.
This is like even more pressure than the $1,000. It's like people's lives are under my control.
That's right. It's a very heavy feeling.
Not my control.
But
I shouldn't say
mostly
control.
I take the brunt of that, so
I
don't
mean,
worry about
their
it.
livelihoods are
yeah, and you know
up to me.
You know who takes the brunt of that feeling?
Yeah.
The CEO.
Oh.
You're good.
I feel like you're built
you
for
got
that.
this.
You're good for that. Like me,
I'm good for that.
I'm going to crumble under that pressure.
Yeah, it was a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So, do you want to switch over to your computer
Yeah, let's
now?
switch over to my laptop.
And should we start building something like this for Petunia?
We should.
Okay. Let's do. We've been at this now for a long time with no recap.
Yeah, where are we? So all we've done is we've talked about how we are going to collect data with Petunia, and AM actually created a really awesome solution when he was working at his last job called Box.
You think it's awesome?
Yeah, I think your solution is awesome.
Wow.
And we are going to do something similar, but not quite 2017 style. We're going to do it 2019 style.
Wow, we've updated.
We've updated with Kinesis Firehose and Athena and QuickSight. And then if we have time, hopefully we will get to QuickSight embedded dashboards. If not, we will do it at the beginning of next week's episode.
Let me ask, in 2019, do dinosaurs still roam the earth?
No, they're long gone. They're extinct,
gone.
Yeah.
Oh. I'll miss them.
Yeah, me too.
I got a little dragon.
You do. Flames. I have Flames.
Yeah, you have this Guy Fieri the dragon.
That's right.
Yeah.
Flames still is going to eat Guy Fieri, though.
Probably not.
All right, so where are
happening.
we? So my lovely CTO over here, he created a folder inside of our GitHub repo called monitoring that he just told me about today, in a branch called monitoring, and he made a CloudFormation template with everything that we need to actually set up our Kinesis Firehose and our API gateway endpoint. So let's take a look at that for a sec. So we're going to set up a Kinesis Firehose. We set a destination bucket, which we actually need to set an S3 bucket right there, right?
Right.
Right, before we deploy it.
Yeah, because the events have to go somewhere, right?
Yep. What else do we got here? We have some IAM roles, so we're going to need to give our CloudFormation template capabilities to create IAM roles. And then we have an API endpoint. So look at this, Petunia Firehose to S3. So yeah, it's just going to set up a put. Looks like it's a put for us that we are going to put to from the React Native app after we deploy this. So the first thing we need to do is we need to create a bucket where we want our events to go.
Yeah, I think this is really something that would have saved me about 3 of the 4 hours that I spent working on the first one, right? Honestly, like building that long polling service, putting it into a container, making sure the container would run somewhere. You don't have to do that now. Like, it's just sitting in front of an API gateway. That's super cool.
And all we're just going to do is do a normal put or post or what have you event to get our data into that S3 bucket. Super easy.
I mean, this was just like 2 years ago, too. Almost to the day. I was looking at the dates.
You really are serious with the dinosaurs, because I feel like different worlds have now come about from 2019.
Yeah, I would have to do less programming now, which that brings me joy, actually, doing less programming.
More things you should not tell your CEO.
Oh, sorry. I know you love to program.
I do love to program.
My favorite code is code that I didn't write, which I'm pretty sure, like, that's what a lot of people
Was
say.
that the only thing I needed to update in here? Was there anything else?
I don't know that you needed to update anything, actually. What did you update?
I made a bucket.
Oh, no, it will make the bucket.
Oh, it was going to make the bucket for me?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't catch that.
All right, let's just deploy it then.
Yeah. No, it's self-contained.
Petunia.
I just called mine Petunia Events.
That's probably a good idea. Sorry, I'm trying to type.
No, that's okay. As you're typing, what did we explain CloudFormation? I don't want to.
Oh, you're right. We haven't explained CloudFormation.
While you type.
Yeah, that's
CloudFormation is our infrastructure as code service. It lets you check in and version. Uh-oh.
What did I screw up? Invalid choice. What? AWS CloudFormation deploy stack name template.
Did you?
Is that the wrong? What is the name of the freaking parameter?
I don't know.
Sorry, guys.
Spelled capabilities wrong. There we go.
Oh, did I really?
I love Twitch.
Dang it.
Twitch is great.
Oh, I did spell capabilities wrong.
That's okay. We've got our...
Thanks, guys.
We've got our senior...
Look at this pair programming happening.
We've got our senior leadership here.
Is that spelled right now? Does that look right to you?
I think so. Only one way to find out.
Huh. It's going.
So it's a way to write out infrastructure that you can track and version so that we can actually redeploy this if we need to reliably, instead of going in and clicking through the console.
Right.
Setting things up.
Did you, yeah, you do have outputs out here. Well, this is really nice. I was going to ask you if you created an output on the template for me. So he put an output on the CloudFormation template, which is going to spit out the actual endpoint that we need to be hitting. So we're just going to go straight to the front end and set that up.
You know I've got your back.
You do have my back. This is really nice.
Hey, you know.
This is a great CTO.
Wow. I'm getting so many compliments today.
are. You're getting compliments today. I told you I had a really good breakfast.
That's true. You did. You ate more than a Quest bar, I guess.
I did.
Brandon threw in a Quest bar with his $6. He was trying to do another $6, but I feel like that was getting too...
$6 and a Quest bar.
Yeah. The Quest bar,
Wait.
I can do that.
Oh, another $6. He wants a better valuation, though.
Yeah.
What are you evaluating our company at, Brandon?
You're asking the right question. This is why you're CEO. I didn't know to ask that.
Well, I mean, usually they come up with some... Either I have to come up with a valuation, or they tell me what they think my valuation is. But usually it's they tell me what they think my valuation is. And then they make an offer.
I've learned... The only things I've learned have been from Shark Tank.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what did you learn from Shark Tank about valuations? It's taking a while.
I learned that most people are cockroaches, and Mr. Wonderful thinks that they will be crushed. That's what I learned from Shark Tank.
I don't think you should watch any more Shark Tank as we're going through this
process. I
just want to preface this. We are not a cockroach, and we are not going to be stepped on.
Mr. Wonderful's not my favorite. I like Lori a lot, actually. I think she's very smart. And also Mark, right?
Are you telling me this because you want me to try to get them as initial investors?
Yeah, actually, funny story about Box. Aaron Levy, who's the CEO of Box, very funny guy. I like Aaron a lot. He has no clue who I am. But he emailed Mark Cuban just out of the blue, just found Mark Cuban's email, sent him an email, and was like, hey, I'm building this company Box. It's going to do this. Do you want to invest? And Mark Cuban gave them money. He was like one of the first investors in bots.
Wow, I did not know that.
So can we get Mark?
Coming back to the
your
code.
Screen?
Yeah, the cloud
Let's go back to
formation
your
template
screen.
actually successfully completed, and the output is obviously right here. You can also get it from the CLI. I just can't remember the command at this minute. So we're gonna actually go back to our Petunia mobile app. So remember, the front end, the React Native app is in Petunia Mobile, and I've been working off of this home screen component. So let's take our terminal there with us.
While Nicki does this, we chose to work in React Native so that we could target both iOS and Android with one code base. And it's all JavaScript.
So that's our endpoint that we are now going to hit to deposit our data in. And the first thing we need to do actually is so I kind of thought about what our data object should look like. And I think you agreed with me.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought that we should collect the event type, the post type, the user ID, and the email address as like 4 things that we can collect. So the object is going to look like this. I'll just put it as a comment for you guys. Event type will equal some value. I think it'll just be a post. Or no, actually, it wasn't event type. It was which dev null type, because we have 3 dev null services that we are going to offer the ability for our customers to post to. So
That's right.
So yeah, the first one was dev null.
We had an AES share. So if you posted with AES, it would just encrypt it with unrecoverable encryption keys that you could never get to. So it's encrypted forever. And then it returns you an encrypted text as a base 64 encoded string. And then we also do the same thing with KMS instead of just AES. So we were going to let people pick. And then this is some more data that we can actually filter on. We see, like, what are people choosing most of the time? Do they still want something returned?
Yeah. Well, so it was, I think it was dev null type, right?
Yeah,
Event type, email, and user ID. Was that the 4?
Let me see.
Double check me.
I
might have renamed one of them. I think it's post type, actually. Because I think you could post, it's just text. So this is just the ability to post text and a picture, and then, or just a picture.
Event type, user ID, post type, email. Those are the 4.
So this was event type.
You got event type up there. It's post type.
Yeah, I'll change it. Okay, so what we need to do is, because we used Amplify to, first of all, let's run this guy. So you can see the app if you haven't seen it yet. Open it in the simulator.
Your computer sounds like a lawnmower right now.
Really? Mm-hmm. It's not even that loud. So this is our little app, and we have auth installed using Amplify's lovely components, pre-built components. So we need to actually get the current authenticated user through Amplify's library. And I actually have the docs up, and the way to retrieve the current user is to make sure you're importing auth from AWS Amplify, and then I'm just going to copy and paste this code because why not? It's great. It's just going to give me exactly what I need. So let's drop that in there, make it look nice, and let's see what the user is spitting out. So by the way, we are inside the send post function. So this function right now is actually just posting to AM's dev null as a service from our little app. So when you hit create post and you submit that post, which I'm adding the ability, by the way, to add a photo to it.
Ooh.
Not quite done, coming soon. So yeah, when you do this, when you just submit a post, it will actually post to dev null. But if we save this and recompile, let's see what our user object looks like so that we can pull email and user ID out of it. So let's just do like random. Okay, my data was deleted successfully.
You called it my dev null service? It's our dev null service.
Oh, that was really nice of you.
Come on.
Well, it looks like it's like a really fat, nice, big object of stuff that we've printed. So let's see. Cognito user. So it starts here. So it looks like the email is under attributes.email. And then I just need the username, which is just off of the root right here at the bottom. So let's grab those properties. So we're actually going to do a lot more inside this then. So let's do the proper syntax here. Okay, so we're gonna need user.username, and we need user.attributes.email. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our object now that we have the current authenticated user. So let's do let data to put. I can't type today, guys. All right, so event type, we don't have any other event types yet. We haven't given the user to do anything except for post to dev null. We will add that in. Our post type is text because I'm still working on the ability to post a picture from the front end. And then email is going to be user.attributes.email. And then user ID is going to be user.username. So it looks like that's our object. And then now what we're going to do is we are going to do another fetch statement. I'm just going to copy this syntax because it's going to save me from rewriting it. And we're going to not hit this endpoint. We're going to hit the one that we got from our CloudFormation template, our new endpoint. So we're going to put it right here. And then it's a put, I believe. You added,
right.
I think you added a put. So yeah, let's get rid of this stuff. We actually don't need, well, put the syntax back. Okay, so we need to stringify this whole object. Okay, then after that, what we're gonna do actually is our final thing, which is post to our dev null as a service. So we have a bunch of promises within each other. So going back up to the top, first we called our current authenticated user using Amplify's library, and it's written in promises. So after we get it back, then we don't need to console log it anymore. That object was ginormous. Then we're going to create our object we're going to analyze using Athena. So this object is going to go directly to S3 via this endpoint. So we're going to do a put on that. And then after that put is done, we're then going to send our post to our dev null service that we've already tested and we know it works. Okay, let's see if that works. It'd be great if that worked on the first try.
It would be nice, wouldn't it?
But this is real world, so I'm actually going to write that.
This is the real world, yeah. Yes.
Okay, say a prayer.
Is it real world Seattle?
Say a prayer.
That's a really bad joke.
Say a prayer to dev null.
I'm going to send that joke to dev null, actually.
Well, I think it worked.
Do you? Can we check S3 now?
Let's do it.
You're getting called out for not using async await right now.
Okay, I have a really big problem with using async await in JavaScript because I'm so used to the way it works in .NET that I get really, it doesn't work the same way in JavaScript and I get off track. So I'm still figuring that out for myself. It's a problem.
I think whatever code works, right?
Yeah, whatever code works. Like, I really like that they stole the same keywords from .NET, but the fact that it doesn't work quite the same, it really screws with my brain.
Yeah.
Like,
I like async await.
Okay, what is this this bucket going to be called? Oh, here. This is probably this one, right?
It's that one. Uh-oh.
It didn't work.
Nothing there yet.
We knew that was possible.
That's the horrors of live coding, actually.
There it is. Okay, so
the real terrifying realities that can happen.
Let's see if we missed something here. I probably should have console logged that from second one.
All right,
missing authentication token. Did you put auth on the API gateway endpoint?
I don't think so. Maybe it's an endpoint. Yeah, you check the CloudFormation. I believe I called the endpoint events.
Ah, yeah. There it is. Okay. So.
/events. There we go. That might work. As you keep persisting away. Nope, that didn't work. I'll do a quick recap since we've been in for a while. Nicki and I are are best friends.
Yeah.
Best friends who have founded a fake startup together. We work here at AWS as technical evangelists. We're here showing today data, right? And the importance of collecting data to then make a case, a business case. Oh, just event, sorry. Make a business case to your VC on why they should continue giving you money. We've actually gotten a lot of money from this stream just doing this, actually. Like $12 and maybe $1,000, maybe a Quest bar. So we're here teaching you about AWS.
Access denied.
Uh-oh. Kinesis, we're talking Kinesis, we're talking, what are the other ones? Athena, we're talking QuickSight.
Events, processing.
And right now, Nicki's trying to add an event processor to our actual application to push directly to Kinesis Firehose.
Okay, so the IAM role needs some assistance.
That's fine. Sounds like we're getting up.
We're making progress.
$24.
People are putting more money in,
I think
as they're
so.
watching me like fail.
I think that they like that the CEO and CTO both can code. Maybe that's it, right?
Oh, that's an advantage that we have.
I think that's a pretty big advantage, actually. So now you're messing around with IAM. This is null.
So this role is authorized to perform Firehose put record, but not on that resource. So see, this is another resource. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm just gonna add it.
Stephen Bryan says another evangelist on the team. He's going to give us £6, but with the conversion rate right now, I don't think that's as much money as $6. I don't think. What's it at right now, Stephen? And Rob's here too.
Wow, everyone's here.
Yeah. Pressure's on.
Seriously.
All of our colleagues and all the people on the Twitch stream too are here too.
Okay. We got another error now.
Oh, that's good.
We've gone from one error to the next and the next. This is real life coding for you guys. This is how it happens.
Must not
this
be
is how the magic
null.
happens. Value null at record failed to satisfy constraints.
I don't think I put any constraints on the old.
Is it expecting like a specific object?
Maybe from the thing that I copied. I forgot to take off some guardrails. Maybe. I doubt it though. I don't think I did. Content type. Event. Header. Response. Content. API role.
I was going to give you so many props for making me a template.
That's probably your
record.
first mistake.
Wait, it's expecting that, right?
Oh, you have to put record.
Yeah, okay, so keep that up.
Okay.
Don't let that go anywhere.
All right.
All right. Let's fix our object. So record.
I think that's it.
And then data.
Oh, and then data, yeah. Another nested object.
Okay, does that look right to you?
Sure.
No. Don't just say sure.
Yes,
like,
it
actually
does.
look at it.
It looks right.
What else do you have there?
Record and data.
Okay.
I ripped this off from our Mythical Misfits. So that's another shout out. Season 1 was all about Mythical Misfits, which is a project getting you.
It doesn't like it still. Start of structure or map found where not expected.
Cool.
Is this supposed to be like a list?
This is
What is
like
that?
a delivery stream name.
Record data. Do I need to encode the JSON inside?
I doubt it. What did we do in Mythical Misfits?
I don't know. Start of structure or map found where not expected. If anybody knows the problem, feel free to pair program over here. Well, our investment is going down to $1 now.
Yikes. So how about we do this?
Spends a week coding, gives code to CEO on release day to make it work on stream. That's actually exactly what happened.
I mean, yeah. Now I can swoop in and make it work magically, but
Because I live code.
I'm not. Well, yeah. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The CTO is demonstrating his value to the company by having the CEO struggle slightly. It's excellent.
This
Chuck,
is absolutely
you
my
nailed
fault.
that one.
I will take
Okay,
the
so
blame.
help me.
I think what we should do, instead of getting this working, since we're running up on the hour now,
Is just put
we
some
got probably
objects in
about
there?
half an hour left. Yeah, let's put some JSON into the S3 bucket.
All right, so I have some fake.
The old-fashioned
data.
way.
I made some fake data.
Okay.
Which is just that if this actually went, it would be like you and I both posted.
So don't put it in an array.
Okay. Do you want me to just add each one individually?
Yeah, just do it like no comma.
Well, right. I was just going to copy and paste.
Yeah, I think you can do a new line delimited JSON, I believe. There's rules for what you have to do when collecting, and Firehose will do it for you. But since we're faking it, we got to be a little bit more careful.
What do you mean? What did you want me to do?
No, I think that's right. How it's structured right there is correct. Let me make sure. And just actually.
Oh, I was just gonna like upload 2 JSON documents to the S3 bucket.
Oh, you're doing them separately.
Yeah.
Okay, do it.
Okay.
Perfect. Whoops.
Look, I'm gonna move this to the other one.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay, now we have 2 JSON objects. So I'm just
All right.
gonna go to the bucket and I'm gonna deposit them in there as if my code worked. As if. Okay, where is that bucket? It is here. Oh, I have a lot of stuff.
You could have done this from the AWS CLI. I can help you with the... Oh, but you're already there. You've done it.
Yeah, it's too late.
Fake data.
Done. That's what you wanted, right? You wanted me to fake the data?
Of course.
Okay.
Which is perfect. Because now we can go mess with Athena.
All right, let's do it.
Open up Athena. I'll walk you through this. Because you looked at QuickSight.
Okay.
Get started.
Let's do it. Look at this. It's got a little tutorial for me. This is cool. Okay, I don't think we need this, though, because we have an expert sitting next to us.
Wait, who? Who's the expert? Who's that again?
That was going to be you, actually.
Oh, me!
All right.
What? All right. So you can actually create a database with SQL, right? So we need to create a new database, which I think is just create database, right? Space database, and then a name. Should we call it Petunia?
Let's do it.
Call everything Petunia, right? Did it work?
Yep.
All right.
Petunia. So
Now we need to create
a table.
a table. Yeah. So you can actually click the create table, and let's see if we can walk through
From S3 bucket.
Yeah, you can do this with SQL. You could do it with a walkthrough. Let's try the walkthrough.
Okay. Table name.
Petunia events.
Petunia events.
Well, then we need to get the
Location of
S3 bucket.
Okay, so that's gonna be. Oh, I gotta open it up. It's some like long name.
Yeah, because it was generated by CloudFormation.
Yeah. So it's just gonna be this, right? Walk away. Okay, so S3 name of bucket.
And the
I need an end
trailing
slash.
Yeah.
Okay.
I learned that earlier today.
I'm good.
I think you're good. Click next. Now we have JSON data.
We do.
I think it might be able to. Okay.
I know this.
You know the columns, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's a string, I think. Post type.
Oh, I have to select the type. Okay. Cool. Got it. Got it. There's one more. User ID, which is also a string. Okay, I'm done.
Next.
Next.
We'll skip partitions. All right, should create the table.
Now can I query off of it?
Yeah, but you need to go select the database again. Make sure you're working in the right database, Petunia. There we go. Expand that. There's our object, right?
Cool.
So now you're the SQL master, right?
Well, let's see. There's only 2 records in there, so I... Damn.
All right.
That's cool. That was really cool. We did that so fast.
Yeah, except for the part of getting the
Data into the actual
data.
bucket. Yeah, right. Okay.
Whoops.
Well, yeah. You
That's
set
a-
me up to fail.
I
on that
set
one.
you up for failure. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, I know. It's an accident. It's okay. You're forgiven.
For now.
Okay, so let's go to QuickSight now.
Yeah.
We only have 2 records. Maybe we should put some more in there.
You want to make some more fake data?
I can make another object at least.
Okay.
I don't really need these objects anymore. What should the user ID be? We don't have any users.
What do you mean? We have all the users.
Who wants to be in our database?
Yeah.
Skull Crusher for life. You have a great username. Are you in? It's gonna be him
Wow.
or her.
Elected.
You've just been elected. I don't know your email address. I'm gonna make it up.
Skull Crusher's in.
Okay.
Cool. You want to do it from the CLI?
Yeah, let's do it from the CLI.
Yeah, I think it's just AWS S3 copy.
CP.
Yeah, CP. And then, what did you say this as? Fake data?
Yep.
You got this. You don't need me. Oh, but you got to go copy the S3 bucket name.
Yeah. Is it just the, do you have to put S3
Yeah.
in front of it?
S3 // and then the bucket name.
All right. Where's that bucket name? And we're back.
Sweet.
Okay, cool. Oh, wait. I should have renamed that. Now there's 2. I just replaced it, probably.
Oh, okay. Just make another one.
Okay.
Like, just do Command Z and undo.
You can actually undo what I just did?
No. Command Z in your file.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about?
And then when you copy it up, just name it something different.
Hold on.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Just make another one. Why not?
Okay. I'm down.
It's going to be Skull Crusher, though.
Well, we already have Skull Crusher up there.
No, well, oh, you mean if I should just put the other one in here? Okay,
Yeah,
I got you.
Skull Crusher's there. I think we can find out, actually. Go run your query in Athena. Go back to Athena, run your query, see what we've got here.
I think it just overrode the...
Yeah.
Skull Crusher's
So
in
now
there.
we need you back.
All right, we need me back. So I'm this one now. Okay, so
Fake data 3.
I don't know how to get there faster.
It's okay.
I'm slow.
Take your time. Nobody's rushing you.
Done. Okay, let's do it again. We have 3 JSON events now.
There you go.
Why does it put all that stuff in?
I don't know. Something's happening there. I think you have a bunch of
Nothing's
new
in
lines
there.
in there. Go back to your
Maybe.
file. Yeah, you got a bunch of new lines in there.
Oh my god.
Do
Unbelievable.
no new lines.
Okay, yeah. Hold on, let me get rid of them from every single...
Yeah, but not even 2. There you go. Yeah, that's what's happening. Now you can replace it.
Alright, let's run this.
The fake data and fake data 3 need to...
Okay,
be
let's do
copied
that one
back.
again.
There you go. There we go. Now that should fix it, I hope.
Alright, now we go to QuickSight.
Remember I said like it looks, yeah, see, look.
So now let's display it.
Okay, now you wanna learn how to, well, you know this already. You did this part.
Yeah.
I
I'm
was
gonna
doing
get-
the
I'm gonna
Athena
get-
part. So QuickSight.
We're gonna need this part because investors, they don't want to see that table. They want to see it. You know?
No, probably not. So we've got, like, if you go back for a second,
Whoops.
we've got
Yeah.
this managed data and new analysis, right? So managed data is how you pull in the data sets, right?
Yeah, but you could also have just gone to new analysis and then new data set. I did that before.
Okay, cool.
Athena. Am I blind? Oh, it's right there.
It's right there.
Blind.
So this doesn't have to match the Athena name.
Okay, so this is just Petunia events.
Yeah. This is just naming your data set in QuickSight. And we're going to select the Athena database here in just a second.
It's going to let me.
Right. Choose your table, which is Petunia.
Petunia events. Select. Visualize. Yeah.
All right. We're in.
Ready?
What are you going to
sort
on first?
User.
User. Okay.
We only have 3, so.
We only have 3.
I don't know how great the graph is going to be.
It's going to be amazing. We're going to get more funding.
We're not going to show investors yet this graph.
We're showing all the investors right now.
What happened?
Import failed. Uh-oh. Oh, you know what? Go back to your... Let's set this up again. You picked the spice one, and I think that sometimes...
Screwed it up?
Well, just because we don't have the enterprise account, we have the standard. Just try a new... Let's do a new one.
But not spice.
Oh, we need to make a new data set. Yeah.
Okay.
Which spice is the...
Petunia events 1. I'm really creative with my naming, so...
Right. That's fine. The spice thing is the computation engine that runs to speed up a lot of this stuff
parallel,
for QuickSight.
in memory. I forgot the E. I can't remember the E. Super fast, parallel, in memory. Cache. Something.
Oh no! Did you overwrite Skull Crusher? I think you might have overwritten Skull Crusher.
What? No way!
Uh-oh.
We're checking that, Skull Crusher. Oh, I did.
Oh no! You fired Skull Crusher! No!
Okay, let's fix it. We're gonna put you back. Don't worry.
Wow.
Okay, I'm putting him back.
Skull Crusher says the CEO is ruthless.
All right, look at that. 2 seconds later.
That was a close one.
That was a close one.
All right.
Back to this.
Back to this. So as you're doing
you want me to do this?
Yeah, try that. Try that. That might be better.
Oh, because I don't have enough.
Right.
Got it.
Maybe. I don't know. Might totally mess it up. We'll see.
It's just going to be 3. Come on.
I think... Wow, they're saying that you sent Skull Crusher to Dev Null.
I'm literally ruthless.
But you sent him to him or her to Dev Null. Your database generated a SQL exception.
What?
This is great. This is great live TV.
Oh man.
Let me see. Maybe I can do this. What do you think?
What do you mean you can do it? What
I believe in you, but I think I already did this. Let me see.
All right. Do you want?
Let me check.
Oh, you're gonna check before
yeah,
you show everybody. Okay, cool.
Yeah, let's switch over to me. Hold on. We're gonna switch computers here. Let's see. Can we pull up the regular feed so Nicki can unplug? Don't want to send a green screen to the audience. Here we go.
Brandon says this is worrisome for investors.
You know, he's speaking as one of the early investors.
You're gonna take your $6 back?
He upped it to 12, but I think it's going back down.
I followed your instructions exactly.
I know.
I just want to tell you that.
You did. So I'm plugged in now.
What did I miss?
I'm plugged in now. Maybe the CTO can save this. I believe in you.
You're gonna go back on that pip.
I didn't even do anything.
Okay, we'll clarify that after.
All right, let's look at
Let's
my
see.
screen now. And check out.
They already called me ruthless, so
They
I
did.
have nothing to lose,
It's true.
technically.
That's very true. So, just to summarize while we're getting my screen pulled up, what we're trying to do here is we're taking events that are getting generated by our front-end service, right?
Yep.
Our front-end application. We're pumping those into S3. We're taking Athena to generate a
Database
database,
schema.
right?
Yeah.
On that data in S3 as it changes too.
Yep.
Right? We don't have to update the database as we get more data.
Right, we just showed that too.
Right. And then eventually we're going to turn it into a QuickSight visualization.
Yeah, and you saw how easy it was to set up Athena.
Yeah.
It
Let's
was
see.
really, really simple.
Maybe we got some technical issues with my screen. Oh, no, here we go. We're good. All right, here we are. So I was going to show too, if you are new to Athena, right? We actually have some test data that you can run against as well. So I wanted to show this too. I forgot about this actually. So we've got this is CloudFront. This is a public repo. This is not or public S3 bucket, not a repo. Public S3 bucket. This is not my S3 bucket. But I created this CloudFront logs object off of it. And this is not JSON structured data, actually.
Okay.
So if I run that query now, OS count.
You wrote that?
Yeah.
I thought you don't write any SQL.
Well, it's easy to write it when I'm not live. Because I can go use
And this is why I'm the only one who writes live code.
I can use the power of the internet.
Yeah, okay, well you can still use the power of the internet.
Look, we've talked about this. I'm a Ravenclaw. You're a Gryffindor.
I'm a Gryffindor.
You're brave.
Yeah,
I like my books.
and ruthless, apparently.
That's right. I've got a chime freaking out here for a second. Forgot to close it. Anyway, so we've got now also a database called Petunia in this getting started thing. It's got the same data structure as the other, right? So we can go ahead and run that query just to see we've only got one record in this one. And it's just
look.
yours. So it's going
Yeah, so then you essentially fired yourself and Skullcrusher with that
That's right.
query.
That's right.
Wasn't me this time, Skullcrusher for life. Wasn't me.
If we go to QuickSight now, right? So I've created a data set already using the same steps that you did. I promise.
Using the same steps that I did.
Let's try it. Let's
Say
just
that
do
again?
it.
What?
Let's
Why
see,
does it work for you?
Petunia.
Is this one of those things that it works on my machine kind of thing?
I'm going back on that tip, aren't I?
Yeah.
Petunia events. Okay, here we go. Select.
Okay, well, I did the same thing.
Getting started. What happened to the...
That's missing. Yeah.
I don't know what happened here. Well, I do this.
Brandon. Pick
Brandon.
yeah. We need to really impress our investor right now. Our only
We need
investor.
to win back. We need to earn trust.
That's right. So put Brandon. Brandon, we're gonna really make that $6.
I'm making Brandon's post type of picture.
Okay.
Brandon. I'm not going to put his real name.
We're gonna be a $1 billion company, so your $6 is going to turn into a lot of money. You don't want to pull it out now.
Listen to that. All right. It needs to be a single line, though. Formatted. Again, Firehose does all this for you. It figures out the formatting and everything.
If it works.
If it works.
Right. Yeah. Keyword.
All right. AWS S3 copy Petunia data 2, and then I need the S3 bucket, don't I?
Yep.
That's the Misfits one. All right. Let's see. So this would be generated by our front end.
Okay.
Uploaded.
When our front end actually works.
What do you
with that.
mean? What are you talking about?
When the endpoint works. Let's go back a step. The front end definitely works because I wrote the front end.
Yes.
The
No,
endpoint
I would
doesn't
never
work.
question. I would never question you. You're the CEO. All right. So we've got Brandon in here now. Let's see if we can
Woo-woo!
update the See if we get 2 post types now.
I'm actually curious to see if this works because this is like, what? Okay. Okay.
God.
What steps did you take that I didn't take like 5 minutes ago?
Hey, it works in my cloud.
Oh, this is it works on my machine.
No,
thing.
it works in my cloud. That I'm pushing it to that now.
This is unbelievable.
It works in my cloud.
Okay, well, as CTO, your new responsibility for the next week is to get this work on my cloud.
No. That's the
that's awesome though.
that's the
really
benefits.
that's really cool.
Well, we can also we could do maybe like email.
So
too.
we probably don't have time to show embedded dashboards, but we will show it next week. So now that he's actually created a dashboard successfully on his machine, we are going to actually embed that dashboard into a little admin site, and we will deploy our admin site as well so that we can see it.
But look at this visualization. I actually just added another field just by clicking on it.
Oh, that's
and now
really cool.
it's saying like, oh look, these are the actions, the post types that Nicki has done. These are the post types that Brandon have done. Right? Picture and text. It even gives you colors and this makes you look very professional.
It does. It makes
like when
me
I
look
brought
really
this in
good.
front of the product team at Box, they were just like,
wow,
he really knows like analytics. And I was like, yeah, I do. But I don't. That's the great part. All right. So, let's summarize.
Yeah, let's summarize what we did today, or what we didn't do.
You want to take a stab?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a stab.
Okay.
So, first we tried to come up with a solution for how we were going to collect data to show our investors. We talked about the 4 things that we're looking to collect because investors are going to be looking for those things, and other people too, but mostly investors if you're raising around. And then AM had this great idea from when he was at Box for using basically an event stream to stream to an S3 bucket, and then Athena to set up a data schema to query that data, and then QuickSight to visualize that data. And so we repeated that, or parts of it, on Stream Live for you. So we had a CloudFormation template, which after the stream we will fix this CloudFormation template. Don't you worry about it. So that you can actually use it to create a Kinesis Firehose and an API gateway endpoint and simulate exactly what we did, and it will work. We'll get it fixed immediately. We'll tweet about it too. So then once we created the Kinesis Firehose and we are able to put records into our S3 bucket from our front end, then we went and set up Athena, which took like 2 seconds to set up Athena against that bucket. And all we had to do was tell Athena the data schema of the events inside the bucket. And then after we queried Athena, we set up, well, AM set up QuickSight visualization of Athena.
You did too.
I did too.
We just had different outcomes.
We had very different outcomes with the exact same steps.
It's okay.
Interestingly enough.
That's life sometimes, you know?
Life or software development?
Both.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's what we did today. Again, we really want to show you QuickSight embedded dashboard, so we're actually going to use QuickSight's API to show you how you can actually take that dashboard that you created in QuickSight and embed it into your existing admin, internal app, or whatever application that you want, so that you don't have to give people access to QuickSight. You can just embed the dashboard and the visualization in somewhere else. So we're going to show that at the beginning of next week's episode, and I'm going to get QuickSight working in my cloud.
It works on my cloud.
Yeah, I know. It's great.
So I wanted to point out too, we did another season last year, building out something called Mythical Misfits, which is an e-commerce site for buying pets. We actually have
like CryptoKitties.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. So we actually have in module 5 of that, right? We've got how to set up this API gateway to Kinesis Firehose front end piece. So if you're interested and you need some step-by-step instructions on how to do this too, since ours burst into flames because of me.
It will work.
Because of my CloudFormation.
Give us a couple of hours after stream. We're going to get that working.
You can go now to the AWS Modern Application Workshop, which is the Mythical Misfits.
Yep.
You do need to select a branch, right?
We highly suggest that you select the .NET branch because we wrote it.
Yeah.
Highly suggest.
That's right.
And you can pull the CloudFormation template from there. just like AM did.
Oh, step-by-step instructions that work on more than just your machine?
Yes, those readmes were written by me, so I can guarantee that Skull Crusher for life.
Wow, I helped.
You helped.
Yeah.
It works on every machine.
It works on my cloud.
It works on my cloud, too.
Yeah, and it worked on your cloud, too. All right, so...
Yeah, each readme. So if the way the GitHub is broken up into module, and then inside each module is a readme, and if you follow that readme, you will be able to complete that module.
What are we going to do next week?
Next week? What is on the agenda for
It's
next week?
LexBot.
Oh, that's right. We're going to create the Slack hooks.
Yeah. We're gonna show you how to build a chatbot with Lex, Amazon Lex. It's a service that helps to expedite building chatbots. You might ask, what could a chatbot do in our application? Well, you don't have to always just build it for an app, right? We're thinking about building an integration to Slack to help us be able to use the chatbot to reach into our services, tell us about the data that we're collecting.
As CEO, I have constant questions going around in my head of how much did we spend last month? How many users just signed up? How many, whatever. I have questions all the time that I need answered. And in the case that I didn't know where the data was or I can't remember, I can just quickly type it into Slack and hopefully we're going to produce the responses through a chatbot.
Right.
So that's what we're building next week, live. One of us will be building it live.
Yep. One of it. Which one?
I can't say. It's TBD.
You're gonna make me do it.
I don't know. Maybe.
Wow. So
you're gonna do it to get off the pit. So.
You just put me on and off this pit all the time,
basically.
Don't you? You're just threatening my job at all times. All right, that's fine. That's okay. I'll work around
okay,
it.
can you provide your email IDs? Absolutely, we can. So I'll drop them in the chat.
We appreciate you sticking around and watching. We're going to sign off here. And next week, be sure to tune in at the same time.
I'm going to drop our Twitters in the chat also if you want to follow along for later today or hopefully later today when we push to the repo the corrected CloudFormation template.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
It was a lot of fun.